Welcome back everyone, Mariah Monetize. In today's video, we're going over the price of Bitcoin, which is going on price-wise in the crypto space, traditional markets, as well as marijuana stocks. Going to be going over some crypto-related news, and there is an update with Celsius. So many of you, I'll start with the Celsius update. This form has been out for a period of time. I'm going to go ahead and link it down below. So if the report that came out, your funds were not accurate, you need to fill this form out, okay? Many people, I would say probably 99.99% of you, do not need to fill out this claim filing form here, okay? What you need to do is you need to go back and check the document, make sure that your funds match up to what you had in your account, and if there is a discrepancy, then you need to fill out this particular report right here. So I have somewhat been keeping up on what's going on over at Celsius. Alex Mashinsky, the guy needs to take a seat and shut up, to be completely and totally honest, okay? He is trying to point fingers at every other company that's filing for bankruptcy instead of just taking responsibility. Like, seriously, dude, shut up. It is because of you and how you have risked people's funds as to why people have some people have their life savings stuck at Celsius, okay? He literally needs to, like I said, sit down and shut up. So he said Genesis DCG should take responsibility for much of this bear market after recklessly lending and trading with the largest leverage players, including 2.4 billion loans to 3AC, several billion in OTC to Luna, 1 billion plus to FTX and Alameda, lending over 5 billion for leveraged GBTC sham trades. So he just goes on and goes hard in the paint at Alameda and FTX, which of course, what they did was not right. But at the end of the day, I think Alex should just sit down and stop talking, because he truly is, in my opinion, making an ass out of himself, okay? And pointing fingers because he's trying to just defer the attention that was on him. If he would just be quiet in the background, okay, he would really do himself a huge, huge favor. There is a possibility that Celsius, what's going to happen? So Celsius wanted like 140 days to figure out, to put together like a plan. They also want to keep like 29 people employed to pay them like, I don't know, $3-4 million a month. It's disturbing. It's disgusting. There's no reason why there should be that many employees at Celsius. Absolutely not. They're just writing this out. And so the court came back and said, no, 140 days is way too much. I think they're giving them until sometime in February to kind of come up with the game plan. Celsius also has this mining company. So there's a potential that the mining company will be sold, that we might be awarded shares for that particular company. These are all possibilities. We don't know what's really happening. We could just speculate a ton, but the truth of the matter is that we just have to wait and see. So other stuff going on here in the space, not crypto related, but this is interesting. Apple scales back self-driving car and delays launch until 2026. As I mentioned yesterday, we have the situation with Nexo.io stopping operations in the US. So everyone's saying here the bottom is in because Jim Cramer urges investors to sell their crypto. So not a ton of news in the crypto space today, in the Bitcoin related space. Like I said, I myself have not purchased back in. I am just patiently waiting. Bitcoin's sitting at just above $17,000. So nothing has really changed here on the weekly chart. Let's take a look here at the daily chart on Bitcoin. Daily chart here, we look like we actually have a green 2 trading above a green 1. This right here is interesting, okay? I would like to see some continuation, but the daily chart actually looks like it might be poised to make more of a move to the upside. The high of this candle right here, 17,399. The high of this candle right here, 17,404. So Bitcoin has actually made a higher high on the 12-hour chart. So what I'm seeing right here between the daily and the 12-hour chart is like a mild momentum shift to the upside. This right here is the 4-hour chart on a Bitcoin. So I like this green 2 trading above the green 1. Like I said, I'm seeing like a slight tilt in the bullish direction, just above neutral. So I'd be staying patient here. But I like this breakout actually here on the hourly chart. Would like to see Bitcoin to pull back a little bit and maybe make a higher high. And this might be where we see Bitcoin run to about $18,000. I feel like I've been potentially saying $1,800 in the last videos. Not really sure. But when it comes to just spitting out numbers, like I'm not like aware. I probably sometimes say like 1,800 instead of 18,000 potentially. So this right here is the 30-minute chart on Bitcoin, looking pretty good. A little bit of a pullback here. Let's see if Bitcoin can make a higher high and get above the high of this candle right here, which is 17,129. I'm going to go in and guess that the 5-minute chart is actually probably looking decent. It has made a lower low here. So, but that hourly, I'd be keeping a close eye here on the hourly. I think the hourly is pretty interesting. Yesterday when I looked at the charts, I saw definitely they were pointing more bearish, but I'm seeing a very minor shift here. Not just price-wise, because I mean the price can go up, but that doesn't mean that the momentum shift will come like in the structure of the candles. But I am seeing a bit of a momentum shift structurally, candle-wise. So I'm going to actually be paying a little bit of close attention to see if there's a little opportunity for a short-term flip. We have Ethereum sitting at $1,266, Core Scientific at 12 cents, gold sitting at $17.69. Coinbase stock took a big ol' hit today. $42 is what it closed at. And let's see, it had a low on the day of $41.77. We have Link sitting at 708. What else do we got here? Cell token sitting at 66 cents. I made a mistake. I believe it was in yesterday's video. I said the FTT coin is just sitting at $1.98. I didn't realize that this is the price on the FTX exchange. So let's go ahead and find out what the real price of FTT token is. I'm not sure. Is it trading on other platforms? I've never had exposure to it. So it obviously, that was the FTX chart and it stopped trading once FTX went down. So let's go ahead and see here. FTX, let's see, is it still trading on Binance? Let's see here. It looks like it is. It looks like the FTX token is still on Binance and trading at $1.44. Let's go ahead and see here. Yeah, this is December 6th. This is a current candle. Yeah, so it's still trading on Binance. So, I mean, obviously FTX filed for bankruptcy weeks ago, but still the coin is somehow, some way trading at $1.44, something. Which it's obvious that FTX potentially like has no money. Electric vehicle stocks, as you could see, a few percentages up. Plug was down 7.62% today. Tesla did not have the best day, closed at 179. Let's see here. Let's go take a look at marijuana stocks. Marijuana stocks took a big beating today. Tilray was down 13%. This is the hourly chart on Tilray. Technically, on the hourly chart, Tilray is still in bullish posture. It has not made a lower low yet. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Daily chart here. So we're kind of seeing that resistance at that 200 DMA that I kept mentioning yesterday. I kind of blew right through it, but we're seeing a bit of a pullback here. So we need continuation above that 200 DMA on Tilray. But I mean, across the board, there was coins that were down 16%, 10% VFF. So just crushed. And I'm going to guess that, honestly, to be honest with you, I do not follow marijuana stock news, but I'm going to guess there was strength into people potentially seeing positive news with some sort of regulation. And then it was like regulation that didn't turn out how people were expecting in a bullish way. And that's what drew the pullback. And so let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's see here. News. I don't really know. Let's see here. Why marijuana stocks tanked today. The Motley Fool. Let's check it out. Congress got halfway to pass a Safe Banking Act to legalize banking services for marijuana companies this year. Today, the progress looks to be at risk. Strange as it sounds, progress on marijuana legalization now depends largely on passage of the defense bill. See, this is all stupid banking related shit. Banks are just terrible. Yeah, so according to Cannabis Reporter, Marijuana Moment, the Safe Banking Act may be in trouble. So yeah, that's what took marijuana stocks down sharply today. Very, very sharply. Because usually, you know, we could see plus or minus 3, 4, 5%, but these 16, 12, 13, 14% pullbacks, that's what did it. So I think that there's potentially some positive news on that, what was it called, Defense Act, and then we're seeing that pullback there. I want to take a look at Ethereum because, like I said, sometimes Ethereum does lead the way. This right here is a daily chart, and back on Bitcoin, that daily chart, no, it was not the daily chart. I thought the daily chart had the 1 trading above the 2, but that is, see, there's a bit of a difference here because this is the Kraken right here. This is the Kraken chart, and it looks slightly different compared on the sequence-wise compared to this Gemini. So on Kraken, we're seeing that green 2 trading above the green 1. So it kind of just all depends. Like every exchange, the charts are going to be slightly different. So this right here, this is Coinbase, Ethereum. Let's go ahead and see here. So we're not seeing that green 1 trading above the green 2. The sequences are different on Ethereum. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 12. The 12 actually failed to make a higher high, but that bottom did hold on Ethereum. So I would say weakness on Ethereum. A little bit more weakness compared to Bitcoin, I would say, on this particular Ethereum chart. This is the hourly. This is a 30-minute looking kind of similar. Let's take a look here at the 5-minute. 5-minute not looking all that great. So the Ethereum chart actually, in my opinion, looks a little bit weaker than the Bitcoin chart. We have DOT sitting at $5.48. So that's kind of the situation there, and not too much other stuff in the crypto related news. I'm still being extremely patient. I've gotten my funds off of Gemini. In yesterday's video I mentioned how I believe Genesis owes them $900 million. All these companies are just so interconnected. It's been one of the most interesting learning experiences of all of this. And I was having a conversation with some cousins today, and what we were talking about was like, people are like, oh, this is why I didn't invest in Bitcoin, because what's happening at FTX. And if that's your reason for not investing in Bitcoin, then you do not understand Bitcoin. You know what Bitcoin is about? Bitcoin is buying Bitcoin, taking it off of exchanges, holding it in your hardware wallet so that you have full and total custody over your coins. Okay, this is just a middleman situation, okay? It has nothing to do fundamentally with Bitcoin, and these situations really bring to light how people really do not understand Bitcoin and why it was created. Unfortunately, like for the reasons that we've all invested in Bitcoin to get away from the banks, that same situation honestly just came back to bite people in the ass. Fractional reserve banking with our coins. We shit on banks all the time. Like, I can't stand banks. I say that over and over and over again. But essentially, exchanges are like crypto banks, and they did exactly what traditional banks do, except they literally blew up in a shorter period of time. They had no one there to really save them. No bailouts. Okay, bad management. So that's all I have for you today. If you want to get yourself a Ledger wallet, I have a link down below for Ledger products. Peace of mind. Buying your coins, taking them off exchanges, holding them in a hardware wallet. I am telling you, that is peace of mind right there. Just getting away from exchanges. So that's all that I have for you today. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.